Today, you're going to see the restoration process of an 18-karat yellow gold Agassiz split-second chronograph pocket watch from the 1890s. The Agassiz Watch Company was started by Auguste Agassiz in 1832 and quickly became renowned for making high-quality caliber watch movements. The split-second chronograph function of this watch is an additional complication beyond that of most pocket watches that requires great skill to disassemble, restore, and reassemble to its original state. The watch came to us needing both a movement and case restoration. The movement was badly rusted, scratched, and worn. The cover on the hunting case pocket watch was broken and the case in need of repair. The process is quite complicated, exacting, and precise. First, we remove the mechanism from the case and then completely disassemble the mechanism, starting with the dial and hands. Then the outer components, and finally, the inner parts of the mechanism. With the mechanism completely disassembled, the individual parts are separated into different categories depending on the condition of the parts and the materials of the parts. Those parts that are made of steel and have rust or other corrosion need to be handled differently than those parts that are made of brass gold or nickel silver. The watch parts are first rinsed in various solutions to remove the outer surface of the rust. Then each piece is handled on an individual basis with various techniques to completely remove the rust and apply the original polished finish. Some of the finishes are straight satin finishes, some are swirl finishes, some are shiny finishes or beveled finishes. This is done using a variety of tools, including modern mechanical tools such as the lathe and various hand tools and techniques that would have been used around the same time the watch was first manufactured back in the 1890s. This process is repeated for each individual piece. The refinishing of each individual part can take 1 to 2 hours each to complete. There are several techniques that we use to restore the original finish to the parts. The case on this watch also had a broken hinge that was stressed and torn and needed to be replaced. A new hinge made of 18-karat gold is soldered on, allowing the case to function properly, so that when the button on the crown is pushed, the case lid will open automatically, showing the face of the watch. And when closed, the lid will stay closed and secure. Great care is taken throughout this process to ensure that each piece is properly accounted for and is restored to original condition. The parts are put into individual containers and each piece is handled by itself, one piece at a time, to make sure that the restoration is thorough, complete, and that the watch will be functioning properly when it is finished. After the individual pieces are restored, the parts are completely ultrasonically cleaned and dried, and then individually oiled and reassembled. Once the mechanism is complete, it then goes through several days of quality control where we test the timing function of the watch and all other functions of the mechanism. in this case, the split-second chronograph function.
Here at Gray & Sons, we have 6 watchmakers and jewelers dedicated to this restoration process, where we handle all the customers' repairs in-house. The type of repairs we do here range from a battery replacement to a complete restoration on an antique pocket watch or wristwatch. We can do simple maintenance, cleaning and oiling, to complete rebuilding of the mechanism in the watch.